All right, let's talk about Tyleik Williams, the first-round pick from the Detroit Lions, who many people were scratching their heads a little bit. I mean, listen, it wasn't that big of a reach, right? He was projected to go mid-second. He goes late first. That kind of thing happens, especially in a draft like this, where many people felt like it was top-heavy and the kind of, from picks sort of 25 to 50 were actually kind of, more bunched up than you typically get. But still, there were people questioning it, so I figured why not make a film study and give my thoughts on this selection. And let's just get the elephant in the room, out of the room right away. I don't know if that's how the expression works, but we'll go with it. He's not a pass rusher. And I don't mean he's not a great pass rusher or he's not a dominant pass rusher. I mean he's not a pass rusher. This play, watch how when it begins, he's going to end up on the tackle right here. And you see right as of now, okay, at this point, what's the move here? What's he trying to pull off? Well, what he's going to try and do is use his power, get his right hand, and kind of push the tackle more towards the top of the screen. But as you see, it's just not really a move that fully works. Gets a little bit of a bump there, but I mean, honestly, it would have taken a while for him to finally get to the quarterback, even if the quarterback stayed in one spot and didn't move. It was just going to take a bit of time. This is not what he's bringing to the table. You're not drafting him for his pass rush stuff. This play is another example of it where, again, it's going up against a tackle. This is just kind of how this Ohio State defense would operate, is they'd have a lot of three-man rushes, but it's still going to be a one-man, it's still going to be a one-on-one matchup. And watch how when this begins, you see that right here, okay, I mean, again, it's not the worst hand placement in the world. Is he going to try and overpower the tackle? What's the plan here? Well, no, watch how he really doesn't do much of anything right there. This is just not his game. He's not a pass rusher. The bright side is you have to put someone on him regardless of whether he's, in pass rush, regardless of if he's good or not. But this does feel like when he's out there and Aleem McNeil is out there, makes it really easy to just double team McNeil, right? So you're not going to put him out there on obvious passing situations at all. And is it worth drafting a guy this high who you have to do that with? Well, let's talk about the positives now and talk about maybe why it could be. So first, his running defense is really good. I mean, it really is. He's consistently good too, which is what you like. You have to pay attention to him. This play, they're going to double team him, and usually on double team blocks, what you do is you want to have, on this play, usually you want the center to kind of help block Williams out of the way, and then get up to the next level and block a linebacker. However, as you see, and part of this is because another player was blitzing in that direction, but both the guard and the center are paying attention to Williams. That linebacker is completely free now to run up and try and make a tackle, and guess what's going to happen? He is going to, in fact, step up and do exactly that. So that's a play where, they often say good run stuffers don't show up on the stat sheet, and this is exactly why. A lot of times it's making it easier for your teammates to make plays, but there's still a lot of value in that. The Lions definitely value a player like Williams, which is why they drafted him when they did. And he can also do stuff like this too, where he's going to be going up one-on-one against the right tackle here. So, okay, now it's a one-on-one matchup against a tackle, but in the running game. But you're really going to see, kind of why you have to double team him on a lot of plays. Watch how when this play begins. You see right here. So this is always a difficult situation because you don't know exactly where the running back is going to go with the football, right? But you can kind of tell from here he's going to go more towards the left. And watch what Williams is going to do to this poor tackle. Watch him just drive him forward, and Williams even somehow gets off of that and is able to be one of the guys, kind of the main guy making that tackle. There were a couple other guys there, but still, these are great plays from Tyleik Williams. And again, for the Detroit Lions, it's the kind of thing where on running plays, which, hey, if it's first down, going to get a lot of running plays, you can put him out there and have him have success. Now, I will say, it's not like he's winning every rep. He wins a lot of reps. Again, very good run defender. I would say one issue I have noticed pop up is he will kind of guess what the play is and be wrong sometimes. This sometimes results in him anchoring when he doesn't need to. It also sometimes results in plays like this, where going up one-on-one against a guard right here. And watch, I was going to kind of quickly try and go towards the right, but ends up just blocking himself, taking himself out of the play right there. And part of that was a good job by the guard to knock him in that direction. But again, you do sometimes see that where it just seems like he guesses what the play is going to be and guesses incorrectly and gets himself out of the play because of that. It's not a huge issue. And again, his run defense is very good, but that is kind of the one nitpick I would have in his run defense. But again, going over here, this is a lot more of what you see. It's a one-on-one matchup against a left guard right here, and watch what happens. As you see, the guard is going to do what he can to try to push Williams back, but doesn't really work out too well. Williams is essentially right where he was. The running back is going to see a bit of a rushing lane on that side of the field. field and going to try and make something happen. And, for Williams, this is a test, right? Ultimately, that's kind of the best running lane available, but you want to make sure that you're not just closing the running lane, but if the running back runs in the lane you're in, you're able to go out and make a tackle. And as you see, that's going to be exactly what he does. He does reach out, and he is able to help make that tackle. Really slows the running back down. Some teammates came in. But ultimately, he's just someone you trust to consistently do his job in run defense, and there's the value in that. Ultimately, I always find discussions like this fascinating because for the most part, we pretty much all agree about who Tyleik Williams is, right? I don't see anyone saying, oh, that guy's not worth, or I don't see anyone saying, oh, that guy's not actually that good in run defense, or anyone saying, oh, no, that guy's actually really good in pass rush. Maybe there will be someone who in the comments disagrees with me, but I think for the most part, we all kind of agree with who he is as a player. The only question is, I guess, how many snaps can you actually have him out there for? Are you cool with maybe losing the value in pass rush? And I will say, I don't think he gets completely taken out of the play on pass rush. He just is more so someone that pretty much is only going to take up a body in that situation. But are you willing to live with that for his really good run defense? And on some level, yes. Every single team in the league has or wants a Tyleik Williams. If you don't have one, you want one, right? They have value, and by that I just mean someone who plays that role. Not necessarily his caliber, but just someone who is a guy who was there to stop the run on obvious running situations. Of course, the downside is you can't guarantee it's going to be a running play. You're not the one who gets to decide that. The offense gets to decide that. And so what you do is you don't put them out there on third downs. You have them mostly play first downs. But what if you go up against a team that doesn't want to, that's mixing things up and they decide to pass things on first downs? You're going to still have to play some pass rush snaps, right? So the downsides and ultimately why many thought he wouldn't be a first rounder is because he's not going to give you value on those plays. So you lose value there as opposed to if it was someone who was more good at both things. You also just don't get as much value because you can only get you can only get on the field for so many snaps. But what you gain in value should be really good when he is out there. So it's simply just a math equation. And is this prospect more valuable than somebody else? And that's why I find it interesting. That being said, I think he's going to be an effective player, and I think Lions fans are going to really like him. So, in a draft like this, where it is a weaker class, I'm not as mad at it as some other people are. I'm really not. I'm also probably not as high on it as some of the run the ball people are on Twitter, but hey, good for them. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on this move. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.